Alright, today is Friday, May 17th, 2013. Gracie, if you ever get this, you're asleep behind me right now. And I just want you to know that I'm very, very proud of you. And I love you with my entire heart. And I try to tell you that all the time, but sometimes, we'll always have our disagreements. You're 5 years old now. We'll always go back and forth. But no matter what, I'll always be your dad. I will always love you, and I will always put you first above everything else. I know your mother loves you. I know your grandpa loves you, and your grandma loves you, and your aunts and uncles love you. How we raise you very, very differently. But know that no matter what, I will put your needs above my own. And sometimes people take, kindness for weakness. But my weakness is you. You're my kryptonite. I love you with my entire heart, and you just need to know that. No matter whatever happens between you and I, you always can come to me. You can always talk to me, and you can always count on me to do the right thing. You may not agree with me a lot. You may despise or get really mad at me. But what I do has your best interest at heart, and I want you to know that all the time. Like I said, you're 5 years old now. You're the most beautiful little girl in the entire world. And I've been taking pictures of you and videotaping you from the day you were born. And I'm going to keep doing it too. You've got a great family with the Jansen family and the Kuhn family and the Allisons and the Schaefers, and the family goes on for quite a ways. Your mom's family's good too. They mean well. I don't agree with a lot of things they do, but that's not up to me. Just because I don't agree doesn't mean I'm right. Just because I think I'm right doesn't make me right. But I just want you to know that you're loved. No matter what happens 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. You're loved, and you always will be. And if you ever get this and you're looking at this and you just need something, just know I'm proud of you. You're the greatest little girl in the whole world. And I've never been prouder of somebody. I have never regretted my decisions. People can gossip and rumor and say things have a reason. The reason why is I had you. And until you were born, I was kind of empty inside. I lived life on the edge. A hardcore Marine through and through. Always will be. You've got 2 generations of Marine in you. I don't have any. I just became a Marine because I had a calling. And when you were born, I chose a path that nobody else agreed with, because the reason why people don't do things is they don't follow through. And they don't have faith and hope in what they do for themselves or what they're doing for what they're trying to do. I've always had a nickname, the comeback kid. I've always done the things that were impossible. Became a lifeguard, became a head lifeguard, joined the Marine Corps, moved up in rank in the Marine Corps, been to many countries, state wrestler, champ, different things, track and field. This slow kid all of a sudden is running faster than everybody. This weak kid all of a sudden is wrestling in state, and nobody can touch him. And the only reason why is not about how big my muscles are. It's not about how quick or fast I am. That's part of it. But the big part is how much heart you put into something. When you were born, all those things that I used to put my heart into, I felt were gone. Then I had you, and now I've got a lifetime of putting my heart into something. Not just a seasonal job, but a permanent one. I'm not married. Someday I will get married to the right woman. Someday I will have more children. You're always going to be my first. I'll never love you any less. No more children, of course they're going to be equal. But you're my first. And you're the one who made things happen in my life. See, what people don't get is in order to be part of a comeback world to where you can accomplish anything. The reason why people are successful, success is measured in all ways. But the most successful people, not wealthy, as successful, have lost everything, but regained even more. Even the wealthiest people in the world have been broke several times over, but keep coming back again. Why? Determination, heart, soul, faith in themselves, faith in their religion, faith that they can do it when others cannot. They're not afraid to tread where others refuse to go. And in your life, that's what you need to understand. It's not about who you know or where you go, but about how big your heart is and how many people you helped along the way, that when you think no one's going to help you, out of the shadows comes that one person in a million years you never thought amounted to much, but you helped them anyway just because you wanted to. I got people telling me I need to give up and do this and that. What they don't know is what's in here. All they see is pain and suffering. What they don't see is I chose this path because my other path, you weren't on it. And I was never going to take a path without you being on it. Once I held you in my arms, once I cut your umbilical cord, that's the path I wanted to be on. Now one day you're going to get older and go off on your own and have a family of your own and do your own thing. I hope you keep me a part of your life. But I want you to know that you put me on a better path. You got me to discover who my dad was again, even though everybody thought we were close anyway, but I got to spend more time with him, and I love him. I mean, he's around now. When I joined the Marines, and when I was in wrestling and track and field and student council and you name whatever I was in, I got into anything I could. I was avoiding everybody. I was dodging everybody. I worked 7 days a week at a pool as a lifeguard just so I did not have to deal with friends and family. Why? Because I was hurting. I lost too much. Up until you were born, that was the first time I gained anything again. I built nightclubs, I built bars. People can say I did a lot of shady, no, I never did. I was just empty. I was tired, I was burnt out. My partners backstabbed me, they ran the other direction. You know, we had bankers killing themselves, owing people money, and just one excuse after the other. The truth is, I could have kept it going. We could have kept it going. We could have kept going on and on and on, throwing money down the money pit, but I would never would have got to know you. I would have never got to know my dad again. I was hurting so bad that I pushed away people I loved. I can't reset with my sister, your aunt, you know. Your mom took advantage. She saw an opportunity. Didn't really get anybody anywhere because people that did that didn't realize that you were the reason why I was doing everything. They thought it was because of them. Everybody thought it was because of them, or thought I was trying to. Truth of the matter is, my sister, my auntie, gave me advice a long time ago, and I fought the advice. It's the one piece of advice I got that I never forgot, but I would never let her know she was right. She put it more of in swimming terms. She goes, if a boat goes down and there's only one life vest, or there's only one rescue tube, what do you do? I said, I give it to somebody else, at least I save that. And she goes, no. She goes, you need to save yourself. Because if you can't save yourself, you can't save anybody else. She was always right. Don't ever tell her I said that, but she was always right. You can't save yourself. You can't save anybody else. My way of saving myself this time is finding who my roots are again. Going back to what was good. My family's great. They're the greatest family around. You know, Quincy people are great. You know, people get a little alcohol in them. They get do stupid things, you know. But the truth of the matter is people really are good. And I want you to know that's why I spend every waking minute with you. And I introduce you to everybody. And I talk everybody's ear off. I control the conversations. That's why I talk a lot. But the fact is, I want you to know how great people are. So one day, you're not sitting there backstabbing or gossiping or, you know what? There's too much of that in the world. I want you to be the person that if somebody says something, you just look at them like, it happens. And no, there's nothing in the world that you can't do, that you can't come back and recover from and make yourself better. When I get back up again and when things are going right, you know, I've had a valuable lesson. I learned so much, more than I ever learned in college, more than I ever learned in high school. I had a life lesson in ups and downs, how to trust, who to trust, how far to take your trust. Someday, you're going to learn that too. I hope you never have to learn how I learned it. You know, this world's a great place. There's many different religions and races and creeds and countries, and there's just so much there. And it's beautiful. I got to witness it, and I loved every moment of it. I only became empty when I got trapped. Trapped in a world that I created. But I didn't give myself a back door. Because in my line, you don't screw anybody over. People might think that, and they might say that all the time, over and over and over again. But what one may have assumed was, you know, taking advantage of it, really wasn't. It was, I got backed into a corner. Couldn't get out. There was an opening. I didn't want to take it. I wanted to get everybody what they deserved back. I wanted to make sure people were happy. I wanted to help people. Once again, I found myself drowning. And instead of saving myself, I was too busy trying to save everybody else who could care less. And once again, you know, I should have been saving myself in order to help and save a lot of people. Sure, we got everybody paid back. Sure, we got... But it gave everybody a bad taste in their mouth, because when you do something only half, instead of giving them 110%, they don't want to respect you because they don't have to. But if you never give up on them, they'll never give up on you, and there are some good people out there that will never give up, and they never gave up on me. Because of people like that is why I never give up on you. My family never gave up on me. I'll never give up on you. My friend, there are certain friends that never gave up on me. Why would I give up on you? I won't give up on you because my heart is happy with you, and you're just my daughter. But you're my princess. And I want you to succeed in life, and I want you happy, and I want you to know you're loved. I don't want anybody taking advantage of you. I don't want anybody touching you. I don't want anybody offering you drugs. I mean, it's going to happen. So if I teach you young now, if I teach you there's a better way in life for everything. There's always choices. You know, when one door closes, another one opens. That really is true. It could be for the same thing, but in a different way. And what I've created now is making sure that I always keep you in my life, and I will not let somebody shut that door. If I leave Illinois, I lose you. If I don't fight you in court, I lose you. You know, people are, you just have to take it one day at a time. I hope someday you find this and see this. And I hope one day you understand how much I love you. And how much I love my sister and my brother-in-law and all my nephews. I want you to know that we've got a great family. And I've got some of the greatest friends in the entire world. And if anybody that is my friend right now after what I went through, and what we put through, and they're still standing right there next to me, be like, hey, who cares? I'm here. Gracie, those people are the greatest people in the world because they chose not to walk out. And I hope someday you can find friends, and you'll always have family like that, but I hope someday you can have friends like that too. You'll always have a dad that loves you. get killed tomorrow, I will look after you, and I will still show up as a ghost with a shotgun in my hand if any boy wants to touch you, or anybody wants to get out of line. Gracie Ann, I love you. Your mother loves you. Both families love you with their entire heart, and that's what you have to grow up knowing and remembering. We will never always see eye to eye, but you're always on my mind, and you're always in my heart. No matter what, I'm your daddy, and you're my daughter, and I love you. Be good, kid. I'll see you in the morning when you wake up. But someday you'll see this, and I'm hoping it helps you wake up in other ways. If you need to be wakened and woke up. But with me as a dad, I'll remind you every day. And if I don't, I sure as heck guarantee you there's letters and there's other videos and everything else you need to start looking for, because they're all over the place, because I'm making sure you know I love you. I'm making sure you know who your granddad is. I want to let you make sure you know who your grandma is on both sides. It's not where you come from. It's not who you come from. It's how you choose to live. It's how you choose to create your world. And right now it's princesses and fairy tales and coloring books and trampolines and bicycles and candy and cooking and cakes and parades and carnivals and cotton candy, and it's a great time in your life right now. It's just gonna get better. I love you, Gracie, forever and always. And there's some great people out there I'm gonna let you meet someday. And you're gonna meet them, and you're gonna know why they're important. You're gonna know why they're special. And you're gonna know why they never gave up on me, because I would never give up on them. You'll find out why I'm a Marine. Not all Marines are good. Not all Marines are bad. I love you, sweetie. Na 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 na, poopy star, poopy star. Oh, we can do the Tushy dance. Tushy, 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 tush, tush.